Batting is the most thrilling and interesting phase of baseball, yet few players get the maximum results from their natural talent. This can be overcome in part by studying the technique and tactics of batting, then putting this knowledge into practice. The first problem of a player is the selection of a bat. It must not be too long or too heavy, and above all, it should be well balanced, because herein lies the secret of an effective swing. Generally speaking, the player who can bring his bat across the plate with split-second speed has conquered one of the most important fundamentals of batting. However, batting is more than just a swing because no two players are alike. Consequently, there are many different types of batters. This is evidenced by a wide variety of batting grips and stances, and even some individual differences in the application of batting. Whether you employ a choke grip or swing from the end, the bat should be held in the fingers. A firm but not tense grip is best, one that keeps the wrists flexible and ready to whip the bat into the ball. And to minimize the breakage of bats, the trademark must face up when the bat is swung over the plate. The position in the batter's box varies for individuals, but every player must stand close enough to the plate to effectively hit both inside and outside pitches. A fairly erect stance is advisable, with the bat held high. Most players hold the bat at about a 45-degree angle with the front or guiding arm level. The elbow is slightly bent. The rear elbow is also bent, and the arm hangs below the shoulder line and away from the body. There is a great variance in the placement of the feet. This usually depends on the natural ability of the batter. For example, pull hitters very often use an open stance with their back foot near the plate. This batting stance enables a player to pull outside pitches. Opposite field hitters frequently employ a closed stance, keeping their front foot near the plate. A closed stance permits a batter to hit outside pitches late and drive the ball to the opposite field. In a third stance, the feet are squared with the plate. This position in the batter's box is conducive to straightaway hitting. The wide spread of the feet in the square stance also helps to overcome the problem of weight control, since only a short step needs to be taken toward the pitcher. Actually, the swing follows the stride. The wrists remain fully cocked as the stride is made, so that a complete wrist snap can be made to hit an inside pitch. The deep position of the wrists also keeps the hands alive for the quick snap action to hit an outside pitch. A short stride is best, and this must be timed with the pitcher's delivery. It requires patience on the part of the batter, because otherwise the stride may be made too soon. The stride may be delayed by a lateral turn of the hips. This enables the batter to keep his weight under control for the step and swing. This fundamental of batting can be practiced by placing a bat behind the back and through the angle formed by the elbows. With the feet stationary, the hips are swung back and then forward. To be able to do this without tenseness in the front knee, it is best to point the toe toward the plate. Observe that the head and shoulders remain level during the body turn, and the eyes are on the ball. Also note that the back knee is slightly bent at the start of the swing, and the front leg is straight as the ball is hit. A preliminary swing of the bat sometimes helps a batter to relax his arms. However, this must be done before the pitcher releases the ball to be ready for the pitch. Still another important technique of batting can be practiced with a tee. For high pitches, the swing is down, and for low pitches, the swing is up. Fast arm and hip action must also be stressed to pull inside pitches. The wrists break early to bring the bat around quickly. There is delayed action to drive outside pitches to the opposite field. Balls over the center of the plate are hit straight away. The inside pitch is hit in front of the plate, whereas an outside pitch is hit near the back edge of the plate. Pitches over the middle of the plate can be hit through the center of the diamond or straight away. These fundamentals can be practiced with a batting tee and target. For an inside pitch, the action must be fast to get the club head of the bat in front of the body. On an outside pitch, the arm and hip action come later. For the pitch directly over the plate, the objective is straight ahead. By aiming through the middle, players often learn to hit both inside and outside pitches more effectively. Bunting is a phase of batting that can be easily mastered. This particularly concerns the sacrifice, since this type of bunt is made by holding the bat stationary. The bat must, of course, be held a certain way, but the main point is make the ball come to the bat. This fundamental is often described as catching the ball on the bat. A player attempts to bunt the ball in front of the plate. This increases the chances of a successful sacrifice. Some players rest the bat lightly on the fore and middle fingers with the thumb on top. In a second method, the bat lays on the ends of the fingers. By staying fairly erect, the bat can be kept over the ball. The bunter usually faces the pitcher, keeping the knees slightly bent. If the player stands close to the plate, he spins on the back foot and takes a sideward step with the front foot. When a player stands far from the plate, he spins on the front foot and brings the back foot near the plate. Or he can take a sideward step first. The weight is always on the balls of the feet. In another technique for making the sacrifice, a player pivots from the regular batting stance. Other fundamentals remain the same. The knees and elbows are bent, and the bat is held high and in front of the plate. With first base occupied, a bunt between the pitcher and either foul line is usually adequate to advance the runner. The same type of bunt should be near the lines with second base occupied. A faster rolling bunt toward third base also works in this case, since it forces the third baseman to come in to field the ball. With first and second bases occupied, it is best to make the bunt along the third base line. Deception and fast getaway are of course most important when beating out a bunt. The ball is bunted with the weight forward for a quick start to first. The bunt for a hit can be an easy rolling ball along the third base line, or it can be a hard push or drag bunt between the pitcher and first baseman to make the pitcher cover to complete the putout. The short bunt varies for left and right-hand batters. A right-hand batter bunts with the weight on the left foot, and a left-hand batter bunts from the right foot. It is best to pick a low ball to execute this type of bunt. The push bunt is employed by a right-hand batter. The arms are extended to push the ball in the direction of first base. A left-hand batter drags the ball in the same direction. The arms lag as the weight goes forward. Few players can hit for a high average, but every player can improve as a batter, and every player can learn to bunt more effectively. To attain this proficiency, each player should strive to perfect the fundamentals of batting and bunting, because a single or sacrifice may prove to be the key hit or bunt in an important game.